Have you ever wondered what's the difference between a logo designer and a brand designer or a brand strategist? Aren't those two like the same thing? Don't they both kind of do logos and such? Well, today we're going to break down what the differences are between a logo designer and a brand strategist. So let's go. This is about the combination of creativity and business. This isn't an aesthetic decision, this is a business decision. In my last video, I explained the difference between branding and marketing. If you haven't checked it out yet, go check it out because it's packed with tons of great information. But in this video, I want to talk about another creative term that we kind of throw around that sometimes confuses people. Today we are talking about the difference between hiring a brand strategist or a brand designer and hiring a logo designer. The difference is that a brand strategist should be looking at all of the different branding touch points. They're focused on a cohesive personality in all aspects of your brand. And while your logo is a part of that strategy, that personality that you're portraying, there's other things that also play into that strategy. A logo designer probably isn't going to look at your website, for example, or social media presence, or maybe your interior design of what your studio or your space looks like. A logo designer is someone who's highly specialized in just a logo identity. A lot of times, logo designers are so highly specialized that they actually specialize in one type of personality, one emotion, and all of their logos have that same similar style and personality. Where is this beneficial and where will this hurt you? Well, this will hurt you if you don't have a good strategy behind your brand. You can't just look at a bunch of logo designers and say, that style looks good, and pick that one, if you don't know why or how that's going to affect your customer base. Again, branding is all about emotion, so we're trying to create a personality that resonates with our audience. There's logo designers out there, for example, that are really futuristic in their logo design. They create really futuristic looking marks. So if that's your brand and your personality is innovative and forward thinking, that's a good place to go for a logo. But you can't know that unless you know that that's what your brand needs to be. So that's what a brand strategist will help you do. They will come in and strategize how your brand needs to look and feel to connect with your audience. And a lot of times a good brand strategist, they'll even go out of their way to find a logo designer that creates logo marks that fit that brand strategy. And it's important to understand that there are brand designers out there that will create the logos themselves. I've created lots of client logos for brands, but I've also done strategy sessions with clients and said, you know what? I'm not going to be able to effectively make a logo mark that fits the brand strategy and brand personality that you need. Then I go out and I find a logo designer who specializes in creating logos with that personality, and I hire them to make the logo that fits the emotions that we've strategized in our sessions. This is how a brand strategist looks at all of the aspects of branding, every customer touch point, as a cohesive, symbiotic relationship to create those emotions. And they're going to do everything they can to help you work through all of those different touch points. To make a really simple example, when I do logo design, I'm often not starting with logo sketches. Before I even think about what the logo needs to look like, I've already strategized with the company on who their audience is and how we can relate to them. I've already set up brand strategy values so that we know what we're trying to communicate. I've put together mood boards and color palettes, all before I even sit down to sketch one logo identity. On the other hand, a logo designer is more on the receiving end of the strategy, where they're just gonna find out your business name and maybe a little bit about what you do, and then they're going to get to work creating logo sketches and concepts for you to approve. This is the difference between a logo designer and a brand strategist. So when should you use which one? How do you know who to pick? Well, here's the key. If you know what emotions you want your brand to have, then go hire a logo designer. Find somebody who fits that personality that you're trying to build, somebody that resonates with you or your business, and have them create you a beautiful logo mark. But if you don't know anything about how you want your business to look and feel in the marketplace, you don't have a grand vision of how you're going to attract customers or how you're going to communicate your value to customers, you probably need to hire a brand strategist, somebody that can come in and help you refine those strategy details before you create your logo mark. That's the difference between the logo designer and the brand designer. And it's up to you as the business owner to know which one is right for you, but you can't know which one's right unless you understand the difference between the two. So I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, like, share, and comment down below what you learned. And in the meantime, I'll see you all in the next video.